When this college student used the Bible to downplay illegal immigration and tried to corner Charlie Kirk, Charlie saw right through it and explained why it would destroy America. By the end of the debate, you can see the despair on her face.
So I'm really religious. I'm Catholic. My parents grew me up that way. And in Matthew 2:13 through 15, it talks about how Jesus had to flee Bethlehem, sorry. He had to flee because someone was going to die. And they were looking to kill him. And he had to flee his own country and leave everything behind because an angel spoke to Mary and Joseph that they should leave. So a lot of people do that. That's why they immigrate to the United States. A lot of people have to leave everything behind because not everyone just wants to pack up all their things and leave. Right now, I personally would hate if I had to sell my car, my house, leave my parents, leave my friends, and leave everyone. So I just want to know what your stance is on that, just because in the Bible it talks about that.
Right. So first of all, Jesus actually didn't emigrate. He stayed within the confines of the Roman Empire because Egypt was actually under Roman jurisdiction. That's a separate point. But there are plenty of verses that says you should welcome the stranger, and so I will grant you that. I guess the first point I would have to ask is, should immigration always benefit the home country?
I think so, yes. And that is one thing that I looked into. So there are immigrants right now working here, correct? And they get some of their paycheck cut off, right, because of Social Security and all those benefits. But they don't get those benefits because they're illegal
So do you
immigrants.
mean legal or illegal immigrants? That distinction is very important.
Okay. Illegal. They don't get those benefits.
Right. So
And
let's just be clear. If they have a Social Security number, how'd they get that?
the right way.
They stole it. You don't get a Social Security number as an illegal, period. It does not happen. They stole it.
Okay.
So that's an act of theft.
And
So they stole an American Social Security number to be able to work here, which drives down wages, which drives down opportunity cost. But even beyond that, we just have to look at their action. They were not invited to come to this country. They broke in line, they cut in line, and we should not reward line cutters or border jumpers. We should reward people like your parents that actually came here legally to this country.
Yeah, I understand that point. I really do. But sometimes people genuinely need to leave their country because in like my mother's case, for instance, there was like a terrorist attack on my family. And that's the reason my mom had to come. And thankfully, she did get it immediately. But now I've heard of so many stories where people have to wait like 10 years, 20 years, even 30 years. Like my grandma right now is trying to get the process. And thankfully, she is now. But it's taken her about 10 years now. And she makes enough money in her country. And she just wants to come here as a tourist. That's the main reason. And I do understand that. I think that my main point is that how we should implement more money into the immigration system. Because Trump's zero tolerance policy, that just felt cruel. Because there's a lot of people here that are doing well and zero tolerance. They just have